preserving a scene, and we're not going to call it a crime scene at this point, but when you're preserving a scene, you do not come in. You come in unannounced, and I think.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching this for about 20 minutes without recording, but I figure I should probably start recording because last time I didn't record, and the next time I saw the playback, there was other things that had been removed. So I'm gonna start recording this more frequently. At some point, cops pulled up, made it a crime scene, put yellow tape around there. Brian Laundries' parents were put in the black van for a time, and then they were let back into the house after a little bit. Lots of FBI agents walking around. A lot of speculation.
Reminder, I have to remind folks, this is not live. Okay, I'm monitoring live feed here on a separate screen, and we can go.
That one's not live right now. They're playing back footage.
Short time ago. So live content will be coming back here as soon as we have something to show you. Right now, it's the same scene.
They're playing back footage and making a lot of speculation.
You know, the social media connection of both the people who never met Gabby, the people who know Gabby, and then, of course, just the followers of the story. I mean, one of the key tips came from another blogger, again, a relatively modern job, Shannon Baker out of Spring Hill. Saying that she, on a trip, she's a travel blogger, and on a trip, she remembers recognizing the 2012 white Ford van that we've seen that is now in Northport police custody, and she shared that video with both the parents of Gabby Petito, and said, actually, in one of our stories, that she had a tearful talk with Miss Petito's mom about what it meant and how she wished that Gabby could come home alive. But she also, that video from the Spring Hill woman played a role in, we believe, helping investigators go to the exact location of the Grand Teton National Park. And we talk about the vast nature of the reserve in Venice, Florida, but 25,000 acres, Carlton Reserve. But think about the Grand Teton National Park. If the woman from Spring Hill doesn't have that video, which had the van in a particular location, we haven't found that. I don't think they found that body yet.
And I was talking about, we have a hashtag KJB comment coming up here. We see a lot of them. Hashtag KJB. Let me make this clear. We were talking about this on stream last night. While there's a lot of misinformation, landmines of falsified information out there as far as the rabbit hole of places like TikTok and Reddit, there are some really good people out there trying to be good by this story, and I want to commend those people because there are good people out there that are helping carry this story forward. And in a day and age where there's countless, I remember talking about how the people were going through Yellowstone webcam video trying to find evidence, like people at home tapping the space bar on their computer, going frame by frame, looking for the van. I mean, people that are really helping as far as now the FBI and I think law enforcement would say we appreciate the tips, but they get so much misinformation on their call line that it can be sometimes a distraction for them. But I just want to commend for a moment the people that are trying to do some good out there, people that, like you've been talking about, Walt, that have been doing the van video, of course, that came out in the last 36 hours.
You know, and I think they would. We get a lot of tips here that we have to go through, and some of them end up as stories. But I can tell you, you have to look at all of them. I'm sure law enforcement is the same way, and they know that all they need is that one tip that will get them the information. And I think we're back live here. I think that in this case, obviously, now, as you brought up, will somebody be able to spot Mr. Laundries so that we can, so that police can talk to him and ask him what happened? Or will the forensic analysis of the body tell us something before they're able to speak to Laundrie? That's what we need to find out next.
Good developments here, folks. I believe that we have Eagle ADHD at the scene here momentarily. I want to address one question that is coming through a lot in our comment section, and I promise, folks, we just have a lot going on right now as far as the developments here in this story and what we're trying to catch up on as far as what has transpired since what we believe to be an unannounced visit here, as Walt was talking about. Again, showing up here at the Laundrie household this morning, the tape put up here. But let's talk about the tape here, because Kristen Russell here, hashtag HJB, hashtag Walt. If the house is called a crime scene, doesn't that mean there is a crime? This is a great question, and like it's so obvious, but
it's funny. I was going to say something about that. That's not. We call it crime scene tape, but it also
it could be do not cross.
It probably says warning tape. That
do not cross.
The tape goes up. Yeah, they just want to preserve as much as they can so nobody walks on it. That's more than likely why they took the bomb.
That, or they just don't want the press that close to the house.
If you're gonna analyze that house the way they probably will, you want no interference whatsoever, and you don't want anybody stepping on that lawn. You don't want anybody walking near the lawn. You don't want anyone walking near the house. So great question, but we do not know this is a crime yet. We still don't know the cause of death, and the cause of death will tell us a lot. Obviously,
they just don't want the press that close to the house.
Most important piece of this puzzle.
I can almost guarantee it.
Do we hear that from Brian? Or do we hear that?
They don't want the cops to have to be standing on the lawn like they were the other night. They just go put the tape around.
Yeah,
they could put tape up at any time.
For our commenters here, I've had enough comments like this one asking about the crime scene tape. I'm just going to ask our crews out there, we're waiting for something to happen here. So I'm asking our crews here with a quick note, just to let us know what does what does the tape say? And it's
ridiculous because the tape doesn't change. It's not like they have a warning.
If they don't have the right tape, it's just yellow tape. I know that's silly, but
you're preserving an area, we don't know why yet, but if the FBI is there, the FBI is part of the crew that found the body. The FBI
That's an FBI vehicle. That's an FBI vehicle. That's an FBI vehicle.
The logic is that the FBI out of Denver that's working the Wyoming part.
At least I think the black van's an FBI vehicle. They had them sitting in that car, in that black van earlier.
And that's why they're there.
I don't know if that belongs to the Laundrie family or if that's the FBI's, but
I know that the tape is
I think it's the FBI's because they left in that vehicle the other night.
Considering the amount of comments we've asked about whether or not this is officially a crime scene.
I feel really bad for his parents.
It goes up on things that are not crimes. Like
you don't raise your kid
Eagle 8 HD live over the scene now, just arriving here in Sarasota
to end up
this is now a live picture
a certain kind of way. Like we all just kind of do our best with raising our children.
Intermittent signal breakups here because we're here in Tampa.
Ooh, I got the aerial view.
North Florida, a little bit a ways away here, but still part of the coverage area, so we'll still be able to maintain a very clear signal here. You'll just see it like right here. You'll be able to see some signal.
You know why they're showing us the pool?
This is the backyard of the home here. They were just showing us the front of the house here. There's just a shot of the entire property here. So there you see, when I said law enforcement vehicles pulled right up to the front door, I was wondering here maybe 5-10 minutes ago, did they come in blaze? Did they rush right into the scene?
There's no doubt.
And there's the silver Ford Mustang convertible.
They wanted to get in that house as quickly as possible.
And there's the silver Ford Mustang convertible that we're talking about.
When you get a warrant, that means you're going in. You're not asking for permission to go in. You're going in.
But they like to show off the way they pull up too.
To go in quickly, just in case something could be destroyed.
If you've ever had your house raided, you know cops just pull up everywhere.
We got Eagle 8 HD.
There's the media on the other side of the street. You see, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6,
they just want to
7,
keep all that media back and keep the street open.
Wow.
That's their way of keeping the media back and keeping the street open.
Let's see if we can. Hold on, we're queuing up here.
Look how far that tape goes.
Video here from earlier, some new video here. I'm bringing in raw camera video from right when this scene began to unfold here. So I'm going to try my very best to bring it up here side by side. And here we have it. And let's show you now a split screen. Queuing this all up here on the touchscreen, folks. Okay, so
we do have this is a tweet from a individual, and this was 4 minutes ago. It also said parents were escorted out of house moments ago.
All right, so now let's see. This is new camera feed video from earlier, and we'll see if we have any more interesting video from on the ground. So on the left side of your screen, everybody, is live from Eagle 8 HD.
What's in
on the
his
right
hand?
side of your screen is video raw
paperwork
camera feed from earlier, right when we got there, right when we hit record.
Look at
right
the shed. They're taking pictures of the shed.
See if anything sticks out here to our audience here.
Bet you they're looking for the murder weapon.
Well, there they are in the backyard. Is that an FBI agent? It's hard to tell.
It's with holding paper in their hand. It would appear to be. Okay, one more time. Left side of your screen is live. Right side of your screen is a raw camera. Yes, left's live. Right side of your screen
so
is raw.
I'm not sure who that woman is, but I can't see. Let's see. Well, they appear to be looking behind the shed.
And they're photographing behind the shed here on the left side of your screen.
The person who's not in gear seems to be taking the pictures. And now they're coming to the front of the shed. So, and they have the warrant, and I'm guessing that's the warrant. Do they have a warrant for the shed?
A warrant's just like a thin piece of paper. It ain't all that thick. He has a bunch of paper.
Have access to what they don't have access to. And again,
nice job, Eagle 8, by the way.
Yeah, Eagle 8 providing us here, and I believe, is it Paul Lamison? Paul Lamison?
Yeah, Paul Lamison's up there.
Let's kind of just show you everybody Paul Lamison, if it is Paul, and there he is.
Hi, Paul.
Here, WFLA channel. He does an amazing job here for us, and again, follow him online, folks. He's a great follow as far as covering the Tampa Bay area from the sky. Let's show you here, everybody, again, the split screen from earlier, and let's kind of scrub forward here now and see if we can find that video that we're talking about of the laundry, of Brian Laundries' mother. And
they got that shed door open.
Screen, trying to find any highlights or anything new here that we haven't seen before.
I think he has gloves on his hand.
Video towards the backyard. Here's some equipment being brought in. Probably this is equipment to retrieve evidence. As we see here, a lot of the vehicles. And
that black suitcase is what they have the stuff in to dust for fingerprints.
For a second, that
yeah.
It looks like a lot of
the shed at this point.
I don't. Let's go full square. Let's go.
It looks like
not seeing too much here from the raw camera feed. So let's go.
Earlier, I will tell you, earlier in the video that Paul had, or the live video Paul had, the shed door was closed. Shed door is now open. So obviously,
they have to check and test for everything, though.
From whatever they.
I don't think he would have. If he did do it, I don't think he would have put his murder weapon back at his house. Like, that's dumb. He would have gotten rid of that weapon somewhere along the lines of going home.
What he's seeing here from
but
the sky,
you never know, like sloppy,
and let's see if
scared. He could have brought it home and hid it. But
we can't. We're coming up here.
Anybody who's ever watched Forensic Files isn't going to do that. So
here on WFLA News Channel that begins in 3 minutes. So Paul is standing by here for a live report. You might be able to listen in to Paul's live report here momentarily, but I cannot radio into Paul when he is preparing for the newscast. So we'll have Paul here momentarily to tell us what he's seeing here from Eagle 8 HD. JB, you know, Walt Buteau, 8 on your side, senior investigator here with us live on WFLA Now, and we'll continue to take your hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyWalt comments here in the Facebook Live comment section. And you know what, let's bring this one. You were just talking about this, Walt, and we'll bring this one in here. And let me make this clear.
If they get a drone and they fly it over the house directly.
I'm about to animate a comment on screen. How this works on WFLA Now is that you see the hashtag.
They can get better footage using a drone.
Hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyWalt. You see them on the yellow stripes there. You can use that hashtag, either of those two hashtags, to get our attention here, and then we can actually animate your comment on screen, animate like Wendy's comment.
They're just doing protocol. I mean, they have to go through everything, photograph everything, take pictures of everything. If they come back later, and let's say there's a shovel missing that wasn't missing before.
You would not need separate, generally you...
And let me just throw
or anything else.
Listening here for a second, and there are people that listen in the car to us, so let me just read this. Wendy Giz, hashtag HeyJB, do they need a separate warrant for the shed?
No. But, I would assume if you're going to search the entire house, I haven't seen warrants that specifically ask for They asked for the entire residence. Do they have to ask for the shed? Would some constitutional lawyer tell you they should? I would say I doubt that. It also looks
If
like
it had a padlock on it, they would need a separate warrant.
Behind it, and the last video that Paul shot there, they went back into the house, the back of it in the lanai. But it does lead you to believe there are specifics in that warrant that they are looking for, and obviously that warrant. And I correct myself. It's a federal warrant. Getting a hold of that is not as easy as if it's a federal warrant. I'm assuming it is because the FBI announced they have the warrant. Getting a hold of that affidavit's going to be a lot more difficult and time consuming than if it had been signed by a state judge. So we'll see how that works. But that warrant will tell us a lot.
It's not. It's a simple phone call and a signature. They do it all through fax. They don't know some of the stuff that they should know.
Hey Shelby, hashtag AJB. So is it confirmed that the parents were removed? And so
it's confirmed by eyewitnesses. One reporter, at least one reporter saw the mom go, and then I have eyewitnesses who have contacted me that tell us the mom and dad were taken away. And by the way, that is standard operating procedure.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up here, as far as
so it's photographing
not
everything,
interfering with the
especially with the their search is going to be more extensive than a regular police search.
You don't want anybody else in there. You don't want anything disturbed. And so yes, you take everybody out of the house except law enforcement, and even law enforcement will limit how many officers will go in there.
Let's listen. I think Paul is coming in on radio. Okay, no, he was about to deliver. I think he's getting ready for a live report on our newscast here. Also, let's go to Ms. Christine McLarty, listening to her.
The Petito case. Again, we have been here about the last hour that the FBI has been swarming this house along with the Port Police. There is also a helicopter overhead. We do believe that the Laundrie parents are inside the home. Before agents came here, the dad came out to his car and got a couple of documents back inside before FBI came and showed up. Now, this is following a weekend-long investigation, as the Laundrie parents said that they saw Brian's car at a nearby wildlife preserve, and there was a 2-day search from sunrise to sunset. The last 2 days, dozens of law enforcement agencies about 10 minutes away from this house searching for their son. And again, we're back here live where there's multiple FBI agents inside this home speaking with Brian's parents. Stay with 8 on their side for the latest. Reporting in Northport, Christine McLarty, back to you.
Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I had to set the phone down.
Hey everybody, JB, you know here with you live on WFLA Now, and we'll see if Christine's about to deliver additional remarks here. I think she is. Let's go back to Christine. Back with your hashtag AJB, hashtag AWALT comments here momentarily. Nope, now we have Eagle 8 HD's Paul Laundries.
In the front, and also right here in the center of your screen, that is the Mustang that's in question. The one that left the house, was at the reserve, and then was brought back by the parents. That has been out there since Wednesday. Now I'm going to move the camera and show you back here in the backyard, this shed. We just saw agents out there with the door open. They walked around the outside of the shed. They went inside. They seemed to take a lot of pictures. They did some stuff there. They since walked back into the home. So there's a wide shot of the house. You can see all the media gathered. This street is closed to traffic. So right now it's just a very big crime scene that takes up quite a bit of the neighborhood. But again, the house is here. We'll be up above it and see if we can spot anything else. But again, the couple things I really want to show you are the Mustang that is out front, and there is one of the officers standing guard in front of the home. So Stacy, I will throw it back to you.
And that's Paul Laundries reporting for us on our 11 a.m. newscast. Team coverage, by the way, if you are here in the Tampa Bay area, turn televisions to your NBC station, WFLA 8 on your side. That's us. And you'll find us, our team coverage with 8 on your side, Christine McLarty. You'll also find Eagle 8 HD's Paul Laundries. And I was just passing along a note here. And again, this is welcome to reporting online in the year 2021. A big thank you to some of our commenters here for helping me monitor a lot that's going on out there. Stevie Webb, hashtag AJB, Brian Enton said parents were taken back into the house. And so I want I want to give a shout out here to News Nation's Brian Enton. He reports for News Nation, of course, part of Next Star Nation here with us. He is based in Miami. He's a Florida correspondent here for News Nation, and he did just tweet out at the same second. I don't know, Stevie was really quick on it, pointing out here that parents are back in the house. So the two Laundrie parents back in the home at this time after again, what I was just talking about as far as likely being removed from the equation here just temporarily as the search warrant was being executed so that it could be done unadulterated. So let's give a shout out to Brian Enton one more time. You can follow him online. He's he's actually got a live feed up right now too that we're also monitoring here for developments. All right. We're live here in the center of your screen. Walt Puto, phone's ringing off the hook. Walt, if you need to take that, you can take it. All right, everybody back here with you live. Walt will come back here momentarily. Walt, your mic is muted if you need to take that. Some more hashtag HAB comments that are coming in here, and let's get to Shelby Carollo. One more time, Shelby. So is it confirmed that the parents were removed? Yes, confirmed that the parents were removed, and then they were allowed to go back into the house here. So at this time, it's very possible here, and I think, Walt, you dumped your phone call. Phone's ringing off the hooks here, folks. A lot of messages, tweets, DMs. It's just a lot going on here at this hour. And thanks for spending part of your Monday morning here with us. Let's look here at some of the media circus here. But the Laundrie parents are back in the home, which, Walt, would lead you to now wonder, of course, if logically the next step is, are they done now executing the search warrant?
They could be, or they could be. They could have cleared one area of the house and perhaps they let them back in. I would have to say it's somewhat unusual, but perhaps they were, like we said, these warrants are written in a certain way where they're looking for. They don't always say exactly what police are looking for. So were they able to clear an area and allow the Laundries back in? That's very possible. Clear one room? We don't know. Are they after something specific? Did they bring the Laundries back in to ask some questions about what they're looking for? We know none of those answers yet.
Yeah, and I know that there's some videos out there, everybody, and again we are working here to provide you here with the images at the very latest, but I want to let you know here that this is live here in the center of your screen. 8 on your side, senior investigator Walt Vito joining us here, everybody on WFLA Now and JB Buno. You follow us, of course, online and on our various platforms. We're here live with you on WFLA Now as the FBI and police swarm Brian Laundries' family's home here in Northport, Florida. Quite the scene here one day after Gabby Petito was, a body matching Gabby Petito's description was found in Northwest Florida. I think now we do have, let's see if the radio is back online. Paul Lamison and Eagle 8 HD. Hey there, Paul, it's JB back with you on WFLA Now. Can you read me and do you hear me? And what do you see up there in Eagle?
Hey JB, I can hear you. Are you ready for me?
Yes, sir. You're live on WFLA Now. What do we got here from the sky?
Hey JB, we're over the house right now, the one that was just swarmed by FBI and Northport Police. I'm going to show you a couple things as we continue to circle this home. And again, the road is shut down to traffic. Media is out on the side of the house. There's the media. Here is the home. Now JB, I want to show you this as we come around. Remember the Mustang they talked so much about that Brian apparently took to the park and to go hiking, and then the parents returned it back to the driveway? There it is. That's the Mustang that's been back in this driveway since Wednesday of this week. And again, the parents didn't report it missing until late Friday evening. There's the Mustang still out in front. The red pickup truck is the father's pickup truck. We've seen that come and go with the father and mother several times. But again, the other ones are law enforcement vehicles. You see police out standing guard in front of the home. Now the other thing I want to show you as we make our way around the back of the home, this shed that's out in the backyard. We watched as the agents came out of the home, and walked the perimeter of the shed, taking pictures, looking at it, taking some measurements. They then opened the door and went inside. We saw them take pictures inside as well. Again, we don't know what's going on in there, but we do know that's what they did. The agents then left the shed and went back through the street porch into the home. We have seen no other activity coming and going from this home. Again, this is where Brian Laundries was supposed to be staying until he vanished. His parents say he's missing. The Petito family says he's hiding. He's not missing. So that's what's going on now. Again, earlier today, the agents, Northport Police and federal agents came to the house to serve a court-ordered search warrant. So that's what you're looking at now, JB. And again, here's a better shot of the Mustang. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to you. I have a live hit to do on WFLA TV. But again, JB, I'll be up here for a while, at least until we have to go refuel. And right now it's quiet. Everything going on inside the home, nothing outside of the home. But we'll have it covered if anything changes. I'll throw it back to you, JB.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Again, Paul Lamison, our chief photographer here at WFLA, and the voice of Eagle 8 HD. Back here with you live, everybody, on WFLA now. A big thank you to Paul. He's going to be live in our 11 a.m. newscast. He is live in moments here in our 11 a.m. newscast. One more time, 8 on your side, senior investigator Walt Pito joining us here, and Walt has a lot of work to do here,
Sorry,
so
guys,
I'm going to do my very
myself
best
some
here to
lunch. I'll
answer
pick
as
up the
many
phone again in a
questions as
minute.
possible. And Walt, you feel free to jump in here as needed, and so that way that we can continue to work on both our television and digital products here simultaneously. And I think we're going to try to have others as well join us and rotate our team of reporters here in and out. We're not going anywhere, folks, here on WFLA Now. We're going to stay here with you live and bring you the very latest here because we know how much this story means to you. Let's just kind of talk about that for 1 second. We know how much this story means to you. We know that there are so many folks that are heartbroken here and went to bed really down last night.
I think, and again, it's that social media impact that this was somebody who put their life out there, shared what they did with this person of interest. They were both out there. I think there's this somewhat of a mirage, I think, to a degree, that social media creates, where I think we know these folks more than we do, but we also see this telegenic woman and her boyfriend or fiance, and they're traveling the country and they're doing these pictures and showing us this life, and then even if you didn't follow it before, you followed it in retrospect after it devolved into what has happened with one of them apparently no longer with us, the other one, as the family of Gabby Petito said, the other one hiding, or the other one missing, depending on how you look at it. And now the FBI, it's such a visual story, it's easy to be drawn into it. It's like we said, I think we said this on Friday, JB, it's a 2021 story. It has all those elements. Even we're just now really getting to a point where a small police department like Moab would, I don't know when they got their body cams, but I bet they haven't had them very long, because we have local departments that don't have body cams. And imagine this case and this investigation without the body cams from August 12th. Imagine where we would be. We would know so much less if those body cams weren't there. We were able to see them and hear them, and at their lowest point, and it sort of gave us a view into what we thought could happen, the worst case scenario, and that's where we are right now.
Let's see if we can bring in 8 on your sides, Christine McLarty now. Team coverage here for you folks on WFLA Now. And Christine, if you can hear me, feel free to hop in front of the camera or come through here on the microphone. And you are there outside of the Laundrie household. You've been there for some time watching the scene unfold here. What can you tell us, and what have you seen so far this morning?
Hey JB, can you hear me?
I can, Christine. Hope all is well there. I know you've been working extremely hard. What can you tell us as far as the scene that is unfolding here after the FBI and police swarmed Brian Laundries' family's home this morning?
Yeah, absolutely, JB. So we're out here on scene. We are at the Laundrie house right now, and within the last hour or so, about 15 different police agents with FBI and Northport Police. They came swarming this home, and now they're inside the home. So we saw them bring a lot of suitcases and a lot of documents inside this home. This situation went from 0 to 100 really quick. Now we've been out here since about 4 o'clock this morning, and all day there's been nothing going on here. But then about an hour ago, multiple cars came rushing down the street. They turned their lights on. The crime scene tape went up around the neighborhood. We saw the parents of Brian be escorted into the home here, and we are now waiting to learn more about what's going on. We did hear from the FBI that there is an active search warrant, so we have been asked to stay across the street, and we will keep you bringing you the latest as we know more.
Christine, we've had a lot of questions come in pertaining to the parents of Brian Laundrie. What can you tell us about Brian Laundrie's parents as far as the search warrant being executed this morning? Any details you can provide will help our audience here.
The only details that I have as of now are that about 20 minutes before the cars came rushing in, Brian's dad came out to his car and grabbed some papers, grabbed some documents, and then about 20 minutes later is when the FBI showed up. We were told that they escorted him and his wife, the couple, into the van, and now that they have been escorted back into the home, we believe. Again, this is a fluid situation. We're trying to learn as much as we can as we're here. But their house is completely blocked off, along with the street is blocked off about, I'd say, 3 or 4 houses in each direction. We have the street blocked off here, so a lot of people wondering what's next.
Christine McLarty, 8 on your side, WFLA News Channel 8 here. Christine, we'll spend a few more minutes here just kind of speaking with you to gain your perspective here on the story and get the very latest here from you. Folks joining us here, we know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of comments in the queue here as far as your hashtag AJB, hashtag AWALT comments, that we are going to come to those questions and comments here. Again, just breaking down the very, very latest with 8 on your side's Christine McLarty here. And Christine, can you just speak to the amount of attention the story has received over the last 24 hours,
thanks, guys.
especially after the terrible news that we received in Northwest Wyoming last night?
I really had to eat.
Yeah, I think it has gained national attention around the world. I've had people tweeting at me and Facebooking about the reports that we're doing from Britain and overseas. I mean, everybody is just can't seem to look away from this case just because there are so many questions. And now that we're starting to get answers, I think this heightened sense of where is Brian has become much more apparent within the last 24 hours here, since we heard the news at 6 p.m. last night about Gabby. And I mean, everybody, when we're in gas stations around the neighborhood here, filling up and getting different things, we have people thanking us, saying thank you for continuing trying to find answers and staying on the story. A lot of people just really want to know what is going on. And of course, I think as all your viewers and you can attest, I watched your incredibly emotional WFLA Now last night, and I mean, it's just touched all of our hearts in a way that Gabby will live forever in all our hearts, and we all just want answers about what's next.
8 on your side, Christine McLarty. Thank you, Christine. We're looking here, everybody, at 2 live pictures. On the left side of your screen is from Eagle 8 HD over the Laundrie family home right now. On the right side of your screen is the shot being provided to us by the crew of 8 on your side's Christine McLarty. Christine, this scene now, what's next here based on what we know at this time? It appears, of course, we've been reporting from News Nation Now's Brian Enton, and of course from WFLA, that the parents are back in the house right now. The parents there were, they had left or had been, of course, what's the word I'm looking for, escorted, thank you, from the scene here. And now the question is, what's next? Do we have any idea how long police are going to remain here on scene and what's going to unfold here in the hours ahead?
Yeah, that's a great question, JB. So as I said before, this is an active and fluid situation. So things have been changing minute to minute. About an hour ago, there was nobody here on scene. We've been here since 3 o'clock this morning, and this has been very quiet. And then we heard that the reserve, the wildlife reserve, just about 10 minutes away, that they would not be doing a search there. So many of us came back here, and we've just kind of been waiting here. And then about an hour ago is when 15 unmarked cars showed up. About a dozen FBI agents along with Northport Police got out of their cars and they taped off this area. We really don't know what's next. We know that there is a warrant, that they are inside investigating, and we could be out here another 5 minutes, we could be out here another 5 hours or 5 days. We just don't know the answer to that question right now, but we will keep everybody updated as we learn that.
I want to, one more time here for everybody joining us here on WFLA Now, let you know that more of your #HeyJB, #HeyWalt comments are coming up here. But Christine, before we let you go, I just want to bring up that one observation that you made in your live report here just moments ago, for those of you just joining us. Oh, and I think you might have lost Christine. Christine, hopefully you have me here. I know cellular reception here as far as your call-in line is breaking up. Welcome to News in Real Time here, folks. Christine, do you have us? And I believe that we might have lost Christine McLaughlin, but I will, unless Christine, one more time.
Hey JB, I think I just got you back.
All right, there you are, Christine. I want to just bring up that one note, that observation that you made earlier, that you said that about 20 minutes before the FBI and police came swarming into the scene here of the Laundrie family household, you said that you saw Brian Laundries' father go out to one of the vehicles here. Maybe you can again tell us which vehicle it was, and you said retrieved some form of paperwork, some papers out of the vehicle.
Yeah, so I actually didn't see it with my own 2 eyes, but there's a lot of people here, and that is word over here. I should have clarified that is what everybody over here is saying that they saw. I can't tell you exactly which car it was that he grabbed the documents out of, but again, I did hear that he grabbed documents out of.
No, earlier they said it was the red truck. Now they're saying they don't know.
Into that black van that's just over on the left before being taken into the house.
Christine, any final notes from your reporter's notebook out there, or the notes application on your iPhone? Any final notes here as far as what you're going to be monitoring here in the hours ahead as you're here live outside the scene? In fact, I think we see you from Eagle 8 HD. Any final notes here before we let you go?
Yeah, I think that
It's hot out there too, guys. It's not easy to stand in Florida in the sun.
One of my colleagues, one of our colleagues, Allison, is just down the street here as we try to learn more. We've been out here since 4 a.m. and we expect to be out here until this situation is resolved. So we will continue bringing you team coverage, and of course, JB, thanks for all the great work that you're doing here with WFLA Now, and we'll keep you posted.
A class act, folks, here. Christine McLaughlin, follow her, of course, on social media. She's fantastic. And a big thank you to all of our team that is out here giving us and giving you folks the very latest here. Thanks, Christine, for taking some time to join us. All right, back here with you live, everybody, on WFLA Now. JB Buno here with you. And I think that what we're going to do here is have some additional folks join us and provide us with their perspective. Just, again, an interesting observation that Christine is noting that it appears that something might have been, that could be absolutely nothing, it could be something, but some paperwork apparently being removed from one of the vehicles outside of the Laundrie household by Brian Laundries' father, based on the report that Christine just gave us here. So again, could be something, or could be a big fat nothing. We just don't know what that means at this time, but of course we'll keep you posted if we learn anything new here. But the FBI, police, this morning here, for those of you just joining us, coming in blazing, swarming the home here and executing a court-authorized search warrant here. The grounds for that warrant remain unclear. We're going to get an affidavit, as we understand it, and we'll be able to shed some more light on what it was that got us to this point. Because we've had a lot of your questions and comments coming in.
I think this case is moving relatively fast. They just cut out to commercial like that. Okay, so they're probably done. They cut their live feed, guys. They were live, and This is now something else on YouTube. So I was watching Fox Live, and they're no longer live. I don't know what happened. Let's go Fox News. Here we go. What is he doing? He is snacking. That's fine. It's very hot out there. I hope they all have water and stuff to keep them hydrated. Let's see. I'm on 8%, so we'll see what this guy says, and maybe I can get my phone to charge. Wait 1 minute. Oh, I can't even hear that guy. Volume's really low. I'm on 83 and I can't hear him. Let's see what the live chat says. So far, I can't hear the TV saying anything. Maybe he's just on a break. Let's see. He ain't talking. He ain't talking into the microphone, that's why I can't hear him. I can hear him just barely. Maybe he's just reviewing some stuff. Sarah, go lay down. No, we can't hear him. And if you guys can't hear me, but you can't hear him, my TV's 100. I can barely hear anything. I don't know why the other channel cut, and then now this seems to be the only one going live right now. What I'll do is I'll let my phone charge up a bit, and then I'll start recording again once I find an outlet on YouTube that we can actually hear the audio. I'm not sure if they're aware that we can't hear them. And it's not my TV, because I can go to any other channel and my TV will be working fine. So, let me get back to you guys with some more the Gabby Petito stuff in a little bit. God bless.